And we're back.
Finally.
I wonder what brought the crazy shield to this town. Who could say, really?
It must be up to no good.
Mm-hmm. Yes, when you were a child, yeah, so Yoshua had a sheltered upbringing.
Kind of like half the internet, I'm thinking, but unlike us, he was actually born with wings. Wings are kind of nice.
Yeah. Oh, it's a continuation of that PA in Tatroy.
Just speaking hypothetically here. Let's say there were such things as artificial limbs. Man-made arms and legs that you could use just like the ones you lost. Given the choice, would you want one?
That's an interesting question.
Especially posed when we would think it impossible.
Walking sticks are about the best we can hope for. What, do you want to become a doctor or something?
Just put it on the table. He's probably just curious is all.
Like that. Well, I figured it'd be nice if you had something to replace your left arm with.
If only, basically.
I remember when it first happened, I was willing to endure any
means necessary, huh?
To get my arm back.
But nope,
I would imagine you don't feel right at first, you know. It takes time to get used to that.
But nope, he's pretty much given up. Because, well, Roddick's in town.
I'd prefer to devote my time to help him grow, instead of chasing some old dream.
In fact, he does so when you actually do the last PA with him in Sylvalent after getting the Eye of Truth.
Ashley has high hopes for me. I better not disappoint him.
Interesting.
And well, of course you won't disappoint him. In fact, Roddick and Ashley are in the final battle party. When we do fight the final battle.
Nice.
We got a lot of ground to make up, I'd say. I believe we got one or two more PAs, and then we're off to an optional dungeon.
Oh, good, because we all know how fun optional dungeons are. I wonder if it's the one I got screwed over in early on in the game because I didn't realize you're supposed to wait a long time to go in there.
Actually, that's part 15.
Okay, so.
This is another optional dungeon. But the reward is much more worth it if you have the right party setup.
Oh, of course.
Because what's this? Where there's snow, there's good alcohol.
Oh god. So I wonder how she'd take to Airy Glyph and Star Ocean 3 then.
Well, no one will ever know, considering that till the end of time takes place roughly 400 years.
Oh, of course. I was just saying, if I like to think about these things.
Anyway, just walking around town, seeing how everyone is. Hey Parichi. Hey Captain. Ron, Ilya. Melly.
Apparently nothing going on there, thanks. We're bypassing it. Okay.
Anyway, oh yes, there's a PA in the castle with Yoshua. Let's see. Oh, that door is inaccessible. So we gotta go down here. Basically, well, here we are.
Such a majestic castle theme. I like it.
And it returns in The Last Hope.
You know, you look terribly familiar.
Yes, sir.
He just has that kind of face.
That and his father was a famous symbologist.
I was a student of your father's back in the day. If only I could have done more to help him.
I have not come here to chastise you. Please, you have nothing to be ashamed of. I just want to know the truth about who killed my parents and where my
he's on a mission.
Given the situation back then, it would have had to have been an assassin from the demon world who killed your parents.
That much is somewhat true, actually.
As for my sister,
that would make sense, I suppose, yeah.
As for Eris,
I have neither seen nor heard of her since the incident. However...
Uh-oh, there's a however.
What else do you know?
This is merely a rumor, but I hear that a Featherfolk girl has been killing and
painting
figures all throughout the land.
Oh no, I don't think he's gonna like this.
It might be Eris who's responsible. There has to be some kind of mistake.
He did say it was just a rumor. He doesn't know that for sure.
It's only a rumor. The murders are a confirmed fact.
But then again, in certain RPGs, rumors tend to become reality.
And there's always, brainwashing and things like that. unpleasant all around.
I apologize for confronting you like this.
I'm sorry.
Numerous possibilities in RPGs. Never can tell. Not till it actually happens.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, there goes Joshua. With his head...
It's not going well for him. Oh, jeez.
Yes, I am traveling with him. Oh. The thing is, well, remember what Ashley had said back in Eonis about the Mirror of Incarnation?
Yeah. Yeah.
It pretty much turned him evil. But of course, nobody in on Roke believes the story. Do what you can for him, all right? Well, of course I will.
Just like any good noble hero would.
Sorry, I overheard you. Ah. Well, yeah, that's true. I don't know. The evidence seems to weigh heavily in that regard.
All signs point to bad things, that's for sure.
Yeah, and someone at Van did mention about a featherfall girl called Deathwing. No, you didn't.
RPG cliche, yeah.
Well, anyway, we're heading to an optional dungeon. Oh, wait, but first another PA. Oh, this is one involving Mavel.
Are you serious?
Of course I am. You think I'm lying?
No, I didn't mean that, but...
Yep, sounds like serious business. Oh dear.
The Crimson Shield was heralded as one of the 3 heroes of the demonic wars. He was a brilliant swordsman. He drove the
that much is true.
Back into his own world.
You'd be surprised how. We find out later.
So what is the Crimson Shield up to now?
I heard he went on a round-the-world training journey after the demonic wars.
I don't think so.
If he was a war hero, then why isn't
I don't know. Madame
Carter's
Carter's info told us otherwise, that she might be hiding out in the demon world.
But the 3 heroes aren't exactly spring chickens anymore.
Something just doesn't add up here.
Yeah, he's right. There aren't spring chickens, considering like roughly 20 to 30 years have passed.
Take the stage instead.
I mean, poor Ashley. He was one of those 3 heroes.
Some just don't fit right here.
The Crimson Shield. Lias Warren, Ashley Burnbelt, and Del Argosy. The Crimson Shield. And of course, we've already met Lias, who nearly got killed. Yeah. Well, they're good soldiers here, but it doesn't compare to the Van Kingdom soldiers. They're much more talented.
It's just too cold here.
I guess. Although we are able to find an entrance to the demon world from an island that's nearby Civilent.
And of course, Snowy Town would have an open shop called the Icy Blade. That's about right.
Yeah. In fact,
Tri-Ace.
And ironically, you can buy armor for Perichi there. Of all places, why that?
How have you been?
This is an optional PA, but of course, this PA would get in the way of other PAs.
You still a good boy? Not causing any trouble for your mother?
Yeah, I'll bet.
I never get into any trouble.
And ironically, there's another Lucian in Star Ocean Second Evolution, who happens to live in Arlia.
Knew that name sounded familiar, yeah.
Other than the Elite Four member who tends to be a prick with psychic types.
Not that I can hate on because of my psychic being my favorite type, so.
So, if you ever get the money, or at least Capstone will give you money, you plan to get a 3DS for X and Y?
Absolutely.
Same
kept
here.
Up with Pokemon this far, why not keep going?
I'm doing the same thing actually because, well, I'm hoping to get a 3DS capture card too. Anyway, we got all 4 emblems, but first, now we go to the optional dungeon.
At least ones that have 3DS, that'll be my excuse to get Ocarina of Time 3DS.
And oh yes, this if you have since we have Parichi in the party. Oh yeah, I need to replace party members. We're gonna need Ashley's help for this one because he's a much better fighter. I'm much more used to having Ashley around, and since he needs the levels.
And he has such a strong one arm. He's just such a trooper, you know.
Of course. And of course, I'd never even used Mavel because Teddy, as awesome as she might be in combat, she's a temp.
And that's just, yeah, hate when that happens.
She's a temp if you have this party setup that I have.
Oh, right.
Anyway, here, this is how you summon Bunny.
Exodus the Star Ocean 2 method. Anyone could say, "Come on, Bunny," and some of them sound a little interesting. They do.
Yeah, even like I think what was it? DS is like, "Bunny, come here."
And I think it's actually even worse in the PS1 version because of the awkward voice acting. Come here, Barney. Okay, who summoned the purple dinosaur? That's not right. Damn English.
That and the fact that the PS1 days tended to have varied quality in terms of voice actors.
Oh yeah.
You had some good ones and you had some bad ones too.
About as varied in quality as the translations of NES games. Some good, some not so good.
Or SNES, Final Fantasy IV. Anyone?
We can't lose this.
I mean, like somebody like Aizen had mentioned in Time's Fury, Fusoya as opposed to Fusoya.
I still wonder what the heck is with the 2 extra random capital letters. That's just... that just don't seem natural. I don't understand.
I don't know. Oh yes, I believe Ashley does learn a new skill in this dungeon.
That was easy.
Due to leveling up.
I hope I can keep this up.
Excellent.
Everybody levels up pretty much. Dragon Slash. Well, except for Onyx. Dragon Slash, which is of course a water-based special art.
Water-based? I wouldn't expected that.
It's actually really powerful. Yeah, I'm gonna have them attack with all they've got. Since
you got MP, you might as well use it.
Yes, and in case you couldn't tell from when we first entered, we are now in the old race ruins. Pretty much like the only time we'll actually get to see the Mua. Yeah, because we had to get to see where the Mua ended up. They didn't completely disappear from history, you see.
Oh, of course not. That'd be too simple for an RPG. That's not happening.
Let's see. And I believe the boss of this area actually, I think his sprite was only slightly altered for the PSP remake, because the boss of this area is fightable in the original Star Ocean. I do recall that, based on what little footage I've actually seen of the SNES version.
Oh. Do you ever plan to play it at some point? I mean, since there's the translation floating around for it.
Probably not. Probably not. Well, because I probably wouldn't get used to the battle system as it was back then.
I wonder how radically different it would have been then. I mean, it's a whole different console. I can imagine it would be. I just wonder how much.
Ooh, we got a sacrificial doll. That would come in handy later on, I think. Anyway, I think we're gonna have a demonstration of the Dragon Slash in this battle.
Careful, everyone.
Whoa! And of course, as always, Ronix with his awesome Shadow Flare. Ouch! Oh, stupid wounds. I hate that spell. It's so annoying and waste of time too.
Still, that was a pretty nice looking dragon, I'll say.
Although Roddick can learn it too.
Nice.
Yeah, Roddick can learn that too, as well as he can also learn another killer move. We actually learned in the final dungeon.
I remember people talking about that actually, how unlike other Star Ocean games, a lot of skills get shared between multiple characters. It's different, at least, I'll say that.
Old Race Ruins, basement, second floor.
Keep focused, everyone.
Oh, great.
Careful, everyone!
Lizard axes. These guys hardly ever changed, you know, in the transition from SNES to PSP.
This is the same old wussy mooks, I guess.
Oh, maybe not. No, they're just of the same species of lizard axes.
That was easy.
But seriously, like the overall design, overall look of the lizard axe race is more or less the same as it was on the SNES. For what I saw of it, yes.
Huh. I wonder why.
Yeah, I think the thieves also look the same too. Then again, the final boss of this game looks completely different in the SNES version. And I do mean completely different. This is a fork on the road. I believe the left path takes you to the boss of the area. The right takes us to a completely different path.
Don't let up.
And our main concern is the boss.
Well, actually, that's not our main concern. Since we have this party, our main concern should actually be to go this way. Because we're going to recruit someone by giving up one of our own.
But first, a nice thunderstorm. Plonk.
A little thundercloud.
We didn't take too much damage. Hurry to die.
Yes, they were, Ashley. They certainly were in a hurry to die.
Whoa.
Much Soren might say, some can't wait to die.
Ah, Sir Orin.
So all the great swordsmen seem to have some kind of setback.
Oh.
But, I mean, Ashley's missing an arm. Orin was, spoilers, dead. You know, it just never fails. At least it worked out for him, but...
And it more or less returned in some form. Actually, he did return that part of him being dead in Kingdom Hearts 2, where since he was a party member at Olympus Coliseum.
Oh yeah, didn't he have some at least some interaction with Hades or something, and that's why though?
Yeah, he was summoned by Hades.
Of course.
And of course, he said his epic line, "This is my story, and you're not part of it."
You don't mess with Orin's story. No, he
fact-
writes it not.
In fact, there's even a little clippet of quotes that he had made in, I believe, yeah, he did make in Final Fantasy X, when after returning to Olympus Coliseum and pretty much before the boss fight with Hades.
Man. Oh, Orin, no matter where you pop up, you're always badass.
Mm-hmm. It's like, I suppose I should... I suppose I can spare a few words. Thanks for meddling.
This looks bad.
That in terms of Sora and his friends.
Oh, way to get us off on a tangent by bringing up Orin.
Of course. Sorry, I need to stop doing that, actually.
Ah, hey, I started it, so you know what? It's on me.
Yep. Poke. or swipe.
Too weak.
Overall, this dungeon ain't so bad as long as you're decently leveled. And let's see, what we find here? A steel helmet and Orbit the Valkyrie. Oddly enough, that's one of Mavel's strongest weapons. Although we'll be saying goodbye to her soon.
A weapon called Orb of the Valkyrie. Interesting.
Yes.
It's not Valkyrie profile, but I guess if it comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is there. It's still Triace, so I guess it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that I'm trying to look for like another path to go on because of that treasure chest that I missed. I'm not sure if I opened that already or not.
That one that in the bottom left corner you couldn't quite reach. I think you did try to open it, and it was something you already full on, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
and this is post commentary, so it's not like it would help either way.
Yeah. Overall, yeah, that's what I remembered. Yeah, it was something opened before, so it was a lost cause.
As opposed to a just cause, but yeah.
I think that's actually is an ADR studio, Just Cause Productions.
I think it's actually a PS3 game too, but not when I ever played it. Just when I heard of it, I'm like, what kind of name is that?
Well, there's. But there's even even weirder. Oh, how about games weirdly named as Fahrenheit, which later became Indigo Prophecy.
Then of course there's goofy titles like, "What have I done to deserve this, my lord?"
Oh, brother.
Oh, modern gaming.
Oh, 2 more treasures, Rope of Deception, and a hidden item. Well, the hidden mysterious item. overall, yeah, this dungeon ain't that bad.
You know, I don't mind item appraisal so much. It's just when it fails repeatedly over something silly, I'm like, oh, come on, Dry Ace, give me a break here.
And then you find out it was just a pair of...
A scrap of paper or something crappy like that. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Troll!
But...
And there's just no way to tell. Not until you've done it, so...
Shockwave Swirl augmented by the 4 Beast technique. So, by using Shockwave Swirl many times, well, that Roddick, in terms of Roddick, he can learn that move, Phoenix Blast, which is, of course, a circular area of effect attack. Very powerful, and through that skill, he can learn that special art that he learns in the final dungeon.
Very nice.
It's a very powerful one. I spam it against the final boss. It turns out to be much more cheap than Dragon Roar.
Well, if it works, it works.
Not to mention, it sounds so awesome. I'll mention it when we get the special art. Alright then, now...
Well, nothing in my heart, though, can replace Pear into Peaches, I'm sorry.
Well, they don't have those kind of quotes.
Oh, I know, I'm just saying that for me, that's the battle quote of choice.
Come on, let's get moving! We gotta end this soon! Okay, Ashley, okay. Besides, don't you know, spells take a long time to cast and a long animation.
And unlike Starship 3, the action does not continue while the animation is going on.
Is that it?
Which is good and bad at the same time, you know, depending on which way you look at it, but yeah. Of course, that all depends on how much you use Sophia, considering she's basically the only offensive mage worth using in Starship 3, in my opinion, but anyway.
Let's see, Mysterious Mineral. And, by the way, coming up is your last chance. So, de-equip Mavel. Especially if you gave her a lot of good equipment, because once we pass that door up there, she's gone forever.
Yeah, speaking of losing things, characters leaving forever,
I've
lost a few things to Aerith for that reason. She took my ribbon. I mean, it's nice. I mean, she deserves it, but at the same time, I kind of could have used that ribbon, damn it.
Fortunately, I was smarter than that. I didn't bother giving her the ribbon.
That only happened once, but that once was enough. I was like, oh, I did not.
Although I had kept her initial equipment because I wanted to sell her ultimate equipment, namely the Princess Guard, after I left the Temple of the Ancients, but nope, didn't get to do that. Oh well, I needed her materia slots. Alright then. Time for pretty much a big revelation. And probably one of the best moments in the whole game.
What is this?
Looks to me like a crystal field or something. Jeez.
Notice the bodies that are in there.
Oh god, you're kidding.
He must be from the old race.
So the legend was true.
The Mua are all frozen.
Is he dead?
Oh jeez.
If he were in cryostasis, he might still be alive, but no, he doesn't have any vital
An icy
signs.
tomb.
Oh man.
And that's not all.
Hey, look at this!
Look who's in there.
Oh.
What is it, Millie?
Looks like there's a feather folk among them. You see the wings?
Eris!
I was afraid of that.
Eris, how did you end up like this?
Maybe some questions shouldn't be asked. You may not be ready for the answers.
Oh no, he's gonna try to break the ice.
Hold it. Think a little bit, Yoshua.
Yoshua, you are not Snow. I'm afraid you can't do this. This is in Final Fantasy 13.
Oh yeah, that's right. He doesn't have raised dead, but Millie does. But then again, it only applies to unconsciousness.
I just cannot leave Eris like this. She's my sister.
Yoshua, Ronix is right. It'd be best if you just let her rest in peace.
It's his only family. Can you really blame him for acting like that?
I suggest helping him.
I wouldn't have the heart to ignore him or to tell him no, just forget about it, so...
Shut up and move!
What?
My life's mission was to save my sister. She was all I had to live for. And now you're telling me just to leave Eris like this. My own flesh and blood.
All he has left.
Well, you can go to hell. I'm gonna save my sister, and I'll sacrifice everything I've got to do it.
Wait, Yoshua!
What?
Eris!
What?
She's me. My brother, I am Eris.
Huh?
When the Crimson Shield took me away, one of his symbologist
The rumors were true. Eris was Deathwing.
I followed their orders to the letter, and I've caused the deaths of so many innocent people.
In fact, during one such mission, she was caught and left for dead. As seen right here. And that symbologist down the bottom was more or less watching over, and pretty much he left her for dead.
I was seriously injured after botching the killing of a certain well-known symbologist. They left me on the street to die. That was when my repressed memories finally came back.
And that's when you remembered, from her point of view, everyone had died.
I struggled terribly with the pain and the guilt of my crimes. I swore to myself that someday I would have my revenge against the Crimson Shield. It was the very symbologist I was sent to kill who retrieved me from death's door. By the time I recovered, I was faced with a difficult problem. If I remained a Featherfolk, I was in danger of being found and arrested.
So you took one of these bodies and pretty much transferred your soul to that one.
Heard identified you as Deathwing.
The symbologist who nursed me back to health,
as she's about to reveal right here,
a vital piece of information. He told me of a relic from the old race that allows you to transfer yourself into other bodies.
That's what this is?
Yes. I discarded my original self here and transferred myself into an old race body.
So that she could move around freely.
But then I learned another shocking fact. The Crimson Shield was just as much a victim as I was. That he lost his sanity because of the mirror of
This is why you must have Ashley in the party.
The Crimson Shield
if you don't have Ashley in your party at this point, Mavelle does transfer her spirit back to Eris, but she willingly kills herself in the process.
Joshua, I have made up my mind. I'm going to return to my original body and pay for my crimes.
But since we do have Ashley and Joshua in the party,
just for the sake of revenge,
Mavelle does vanish.
You can't move on towards the future
but
if you simply abandon your past.
In return, we gain something we never gotten in the original. Eris herself.
Eris, I'm so happy to see you again.
Me too, my brother.
Eris, let me help you overcome your past.
I should note something, actually. They're playing the SNES version of this track in this scene.
This is wonderful, Joshua.
And Eris, too. I'm so happy for the both of you. Millie, listen. I know I've been kind of distant in the past, but let's try to be friends now, okay? I think I'd like to get to know you better, is what I'm trying to say. Sure thing, Eris. Just don't regret it. Absolutely.
Well, let's get going. We still have a lot to do.
Eris has joined the party!
That still leaves me a question, but honestly, I'm sure I'd only learn the answer by playing the game myself, so...
What would that question be?
Why didn't she say anything? Why'd she go this whole time keeping her mouth shut when she knew how much she apparently meant to her brother?
Well, the thing is, he probably wouldn't have believed her.
I'm not saying it ruins the secret, it's more just I just have to wonder a little as well.
Hold on. Be right back.
Damn. I can't say I saw that coming, folks. I can't say I did, no. She has pretty wings, so I'll say that. And with a broken wing, she still sings. She keeps her eye on the sky. With a broken wing, she carries her dream.
I came back. But yeah, anyway, yeah, as I was saying, she probably wouldn't have believed, well, he probably wouldn't have believed her. Because, you know him, he would probably find the whole thing impossible.
I just wonder a little as well. I can believe that, sure. Just, But like I said, it doesn't ruin the scene or anything. It just left me wondering as well.
But anyway, I should mention, look her skill set. She lacks versatility, but whoa, 999 skill points.
So I'm guessing everything that whatever she worked on as Mavella's lost, but she gets this in return apparently.
Yeah, she gains her original body back, and she becomes the best mage in the game.
So what level is that if it's averaging or what? Because 50 seems a lot higher than most of your rest of your party. So,
but yeah, she is the highest level party member to be recruited in any game. From what I recall, and she knows all the higher tier healing skills and fire and light symbology.
Man,
Deathwing indeed.
No wonder. Jeez, no wonder.
And of course, like I said, she wasn't even playable in the original.
So seeing that whole thing, none of that existed in the SNES version.
Well, no, not the second half of the scene. But when she mentioned the fact that she learned that the Crimson Shield had gone insane, that hadn't happened. Instead, she would have died, and after transferring her soul back to her old body, and then Eris would end up pretty much killing herself in order to somehow atone for her crimes. Because obviously she would rather die than have to face them all over again, I suppose. But I'd say this ends better.
I'd say this is the better ending, yes.
This is better because this way she's not alone in facing her problems. She won't have to face the pain alone. In fact, her brother is there with her. And the two of them obviously feel closer than ever now.
That's the only reason I'd wondered about it, yeah. It's just, if she could have convinced him, it would have been done sooner, but yeah, I can see your point, though, about that.
Yeah, I'm sorry if he starts sounding a little bit staticky. Blame our connection, I guess.
Skype being usual Skype, that's all. Yeah.
But yeah, as such, her healing symbology, she's the only other character to learn Raise Dead. As well as Fairy Light. Anyway, see you guys in the next part for the boss of this dungeon.
Oh yeah, and all that, I forgot there's a boss. Oh my.